All right, let's start off with a tour of the Assembly app on iPad. Now, depending on whether or not you're on an iPad or an iPhone and what size of those devices you are on, things might be arranged a little differently. But it should all be there as long as you're running the current version of Assembly. I will be working on an iPad mini during this course, so this is what my screen looks like. Assembly has a really clean user interface, which I really appreciate. When you open the app, you are shown your artboards. These are my artboards here. The artboards go in descending order of the one that you've most recently opened. And artboards can sync across devices if you are using Assembly in multiple places at a time. To start a new project, you can tap the New Project tile that is right here in the top left corner. That's going to open up a blank artboard for you. We'll come back to that in a second. Or you could hit the plus icon at the top, which will also open a new artboard. If you want to delete, copy, or export projects, you tap the Edit button and then select the projects that you want to deal with. Along the bottom of the home screen in Assembly, you can see that there are three options. One says Stickers, one says My Work, and one says Inspirations. In the middle is the My Work, which is the default screen. On the left is Stickers. You can think of stickers as packaged projects that you can use over and over again. These are very similar to symbols in Illustrator. All right, let's dive back into this by going to the My Work tab in the middle and tapping on this blank project that we already created. This is the main interface of Assembly. This is where you will do most of your work. First off, in the middle is the artboard. This is the area that you will export if we take this file out of Assembly. Anything outside the artboard won't export. Like in Illustrator and PowerPoint, we can work outside the bounds. We just have to be aware that those items won't export. So it's a great place to do experimenting and then bring our final design into the artboard itself. In the top left corner of the screen, you will see the hamburger menu. When you tap this, you have several options. The My Work button will take you back to the My Work page as we've seen before. The Save to Library button will save a bitmap version of your artboard to the Photos app. You do not need to tap that button to save your work in Assembly. Saving will happen automatically in the Assembly app as you make changes. The Export button will give you a number of options. These will let you take your work out of Assembly, and we'll talk more about those later. The Artboard item in the menu will let you adjust the background and the color and size of your artboard. Erase and Union will give you the option to buy another PicSite app called Union that you can use for making masks. The Help button will give you instructions on the different features and tools in Assembly. The About button will tell you more about the app's Pro subscription. I always recommend supporting developers when you can. However, I'm a little confused because I can't seem to find a place in the app to actually make the subscription, and I don't seem to be missing any of the features that go along with the Pro subscription. So it looks like I'm using a full version, and I'm not sure when I purchased it or how I purchased it, or if Assembly had a day where they were giving it away for free. But I seem to have all the features, and I would encourage you to get all the features as well. We can close this menu by tapping anywhere outside of it. Now let's look at the rest of the top bar. Very top in the middle, you will see what looks like a horseshoe magnet. Tapping that icon will toggle snapping on or off. We'll talk more about snapping later on in the course. In the top right corner of the screen are the undo and redo arrows. At the bottom of the page are the tabs with Assembly's main tools. By default, you will be on the Shapes tab. This tab will give you access to the shapes that you will actually use in creating your icons. If you tap the little bar with the category and the arrow above it, the box will expand so you can see more shapes at a time. On the far right of this bar is a circle, square, and triangle icon that will let you add shape packs. When you have the Shapes box expanded, you can see categories displayed by icon in the little bottom bar. This can help you navigate quickly between categories. For the most part, you only need basic shapes for icon design. The Stickers tab along the bottom gives you access to both your own stickers and some that Assembly provides for you. The Text tab gives you options to add text to your design. And the Styles tab will allow you to adjust an object's fill, stroke, and shadow. We just put a shape out here on the board so you can see what the styles looks like. You have the fill, which is selected automatically, and then the stroke, and then the shadow. We'll talk more about these in a future video. When you have an object selected like we do now, you can see that these little marching ants or marquee surrounds it, and a menu appears on the right-hand side. This menu might be expanded or closed around this wrench, so depending on whether you've turned it on or not. When you have it turned on, the wrench turns gray and all of the options appear. The up and down arrows are used to move an object up and down in the stack of objects. So think of that kind of as layers. The two triangles allows you to flip the object on its vertical axis. The two squares will be used to duplicate an object. The curly arrow will rotate the object by 90-degree increments, and the trash can will delete the selected object. When you have the object selected, you will also see a set of arrows in the left-hand side of the screen. These are the nudge arrows, and they are used to move an object small distances when you're trying to get it precisely placed. And that is it for the assembly interface.